the revolution, I'm like, they don't know what they're talking about.
And I love that you mentioned the MK party because let's talk about Duduzile Zuma. She's been in court since yesterday facing terrorism-related charges linked to the July unrest. You've worked closely with her, obviously.
Yeah.
Based on your experience...
I've not worked closely with her. I worked closely with her father.
With her father, right?
Yeah, not with
But
her.
with your experience, is she capable of that level of coordination, or is this just like politically driven?
By the way, Duduzile has never said anything in my presence, like anything political. Like I've one day encouraged her to say something in a meeting. She's never said anything. The only thing I saw her do was to come to a meeting wearing a t-shirt written "Try Me Boys" or something like that. Celebrating a boyfriend. She has never said anything.
Yeah.
Like zero. And in majority of times, by the way, when I would go and see President Zuma and she will be there, President Zuma will be saying that, hey, yeah, like it would have to give space for the leadership to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's never been a... But what I got to know as
Saul doesn't understand when you said she was celebrating a boyfriend.
I don't want to talk about...
Oh, Try Me Boys. It's a quote. I don't know. I see now. I see what you mean. Come on.
Yeah.
That is just never said anything. Zero. And then but of course, because it's their father, right? Then just got these things of whispering to him, hey, Floyd is a problem, and all of those things. And then that is when you know that there was a day she sent some insults about me when we went Cape Town there. It's because she had employed a lot of people who were not qualified there.
Did Julius Malema use Duduzile Zuma to attack Floyd Shivambu whilst Floyd Shivambu was still in the MK, particularly for the months when Floyd Shivambu served as the MK party's Secretary General? When Floyd Shivambu was the SG of Umkhonto weSizwe Party, we saw relentless attacks on his persona by Duduzile Zuma and those who are associated with Duduzile Zuma. But the question that many people did not bother to ask was, who was the influence behind Duduzile Zuma? We saw Duduzile Zuma at the time moving closer and closer to the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, even wearing a t-shirt written the slogan that Julius Malema often uses when he fights against those he deems as his enemies. So, South Africa, politics is not just about policies anymore. It is about power, influence, and sometimes manipulation. Today, we are asking a very serious question. Did Julius Malema use Duduzile Zuma to attack Floyd Shivambu when Floyd Shivambu was still the Secretary General of the Umkhonto weSizwe Party? Because here's the thing, if this is true, then what we are seeing is not just political disagreement, but a coordinated political war happening behind the scenes. Stay with me, because this story is deeper than you think. Now, the political background. Let us first understand the key players in this situation. You have Julius Malema, leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, a party where Floyd Shivambu comes from, a party which Floyd Shivambu co-founded alongside Julius Malema. a man known for being strategic, aggressive, and always calculating his political moves. Then you have Floyd Shivambu, once his right-hand man in the EFF, until he made a shocking move, leaving the EFF and joining the MK party in August of 2024, just 2 months after the EFF suffered a huge blow in the elections. Now, that alone, that on its own, created tension. Because Floyd Shivambu was not just any member. He was a senior leader, a founding pillar of the economic freedom fighters. And then we have Duduzile Zuma, a very outspoken and reckless figure in the Mkhonto weSizwe party, and someone who does not hold back when it comes to defending her political position. Now imagine this. Imagine this combination. A former ally turned rival, a new political home, and a very vocal defender of that new structure. This is where things begin to get interesting. The attacks on Floyd Shivambu. When Floyd Shivambu joined the Mkhonto weSizwe party, many expected unity, many expected a strengthening of the party. But what happened is that he started facing internal criticism, right? And not from outside enemies, but from within the organization itself. Duduzile Zuma began to spearhead a campaign against Floyd Shivambu. Duduzile Zuma began publicly attacking Floyd Shivambu, questioning his role, his intentions, and even his loyalty. Now, here's the key question. Were these just personal views, or was there someone bigger behind it? We know that in this country, no one would like to see Floyd Shivambu fail more than Julius Malema. Because in politics, attacks are rarely random. They are calculated, they are timed, and they are often influenced by unseen forces. Now, let's draw the Malema connection. Now, let us deal with the elephant in the room. Julius Malema and Floyd Shivambu, these are not just former colleagues. They were political brothers. So when Floyd Shivambu left the EFF, it was not just a political shift. It was a betrayal in the eyes of many EFF supporters, including Julius Malema himself. Now, ask yourself this. Would Malema just sit back and allow Floyd Shivambu to strengthen a rival political party? Or will he find ways to destabilize him without being directly involved? Because one thing about politics, the most effective attack is the one that does not look like it came from you. And this is where Duduzile Zuma's situation becomes suspicious. Because her attacks were not just emotional. They were targeted, they were strategic, and they were consistent. Political infiltration or coincidence? Let us be honest here. Political infiltration is not new in South Africa. Parties have always tried to weaken each other from the inside. So the question becomes, Was Duduzile Zuma acting on her own? Or was she unknowingly playing into a bigger political game? Because if Shivambu is weakened inside the MK party, what happens? The MK party becomes, and indeed became, unstable. Internal divisions grew and the party lost momentum. And who benefited from that? That's the question you must ask yourself. Because in politics, you must always follow who benefits the most. The bigger power struggle. What we might have been witnessing here is not just disagreements between individuals. This could be a bigger power struggle between political forces. The EFF, the MK party, and individuals who were trying to position themselves ahead of future elections. Because remember, 2026 local government elections are coming. And every party is trying to secure influence, build alliances, and eliminate threats. So if Floyd Shivambu was seen as a threat, then weakening him became a political objective. In conclusion, think for yourself. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to believe, but I'm here to make you think. Was Duduzile Zuma acting alone, or was she part of a bigger political strategy? Did Julius Malema have anything to do with it? Or is this just coincidence? Because in South African politics, coincidences are very rare. Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you want more real, unapologetic political analysis, subscribe to IZWI LABANSUNDU, like this video, join and share. Thank you very much.